It was September and the rains were nearly over. Miss,
I did not came late to the school. After entering the school, I fall down and get late to this assembly.
Building proficiency in English language isn't as easy as it may seem. A vast majority of learners continue to struggle, even as good English remains to be an important focus area for all progressive schools. And to augment the efforts of English teachers in this direction, there has been a buzz around for some time about what is known as English Lab. The policymakers too, realizing the importance of this aspect, have mandated schools to set up English labs. For some time now, I have been exploring how these so-called English language labs, set up by some schools across the country, have tried to address the English language needs of learners in schools. I find that most such labs seem to have been inadequately conceived, pedagogically sketchy, and hurriedly put together to meet the mandated needs of the schools. It seems for sheer lack of a better choice, schools have been buying into such solutions as well. Thankfully, they say, there is now a better, more effective solution in hand. I'll reserve my judgment. I haven't seen it yet.
Educom presents English Mentor, the perfect marriage of sound, well-researched pedagogy and cutting-edge technology, covering every learning need. Conversation, pronunciation, listening comprehension, reading and writing skills. English Mentor is what every language lab can aspire to be.
So, here I am at an Educomp English Mentor lab. Together, let's find out how good this language lab actually is. Shall we? Now I'm told that English Mentor comprehensively addresses the skill acquirement needs of reading, writing, listening and speaking. Okay, let's first look at what it has to offer in the area of reading and writing. So, there I go and open the read-write section. One of the unique features of the read and write software is its ability to read aloud any kind of text for the learners to listen to. Which means that it can read aloud a passage from, say, their English textbook. Just scan the text you want read out and bingo, it reads it aloud.
You may not believe this story, but I can tell you it is true.
And as you can hear, in neutral English by an Indian voice. The learners can change the pitch, increase or decrease the speed to suit individual needs. Smart technology, and I can well understand, and so can you, how useful it will be. When something is read aloud, and especially if you have play and replay facility, it will inevitably mean better comprehension. We never forget stories that were orally told to us. Grandma's stories are a good example, but Read and Write has a lot more to offer. It comes with a dictionary. Just highlight a word and the learners can get to see its meaning. You know how difficult it is to get young learners to make the impossible effort of opening a physical dictionary. Now, to help those who are learning English as a second language, or who are virtually ESL learners, this versatile tool also comes with a vernacular translator. Then there is a picture dictionary for primary grade students mainly. Now, what's a tense simulator? For ages, learners have tried to memorize first, second, and third forms of verbs, but have failed to apply it while writing. For example, is it he has went home or he has gone home? Here, for instance, the student is confused about which present form of the verb to use. And here's what he sees. He can now easily choose the present perfect continuous tense to express his thought. Read and Write's Tense Simulator helps such learners get their tenses right even as they are writing. And its sentence prediction feature actually helps struggling learners compose sentences as they try to express a thought. This isn't just an English lab. It's a pretty smart one. English Mentor also has a feature called Worksheet Generator or Vocabulary List. You highlight some difficult words and you get a vocabulary list which explains not only the meaning but the varied usage of the word. Let us find out a little more. Let's now look at spoken English. Okay, it has conversation, sentence stress, word stress, public speaking activities. Well, even combination sounds. Shall we look at conversation first?
Hi Keshav, I was looking for you in the class yesterday, but you weren't there. I did not attend school yesterday as well as the day before. Why were you absent for 2 days? Were you sick? No, I wasn't sick. I was absent for a different reason.
That should be very useful. Learners listen to a conversation and then 2 of them record it. Then there is word stress too.
Enormous, busy, clever, tender.
Learners listen to the pronunciation of a word, the syllable that is stressed, and record it.
Tender.
Hear it right and then get it right. Simple but very useful. Let's quickly look at sentence stress, shall we? Let's allow the kids to explore this for a while and then see how much they pick up.
When we speak a sentence, its meaning becomes clear by the way we speak it. The words which are stressed bring out their importance. Read the sentence stressing Radha and record. Radha has won a medal in the relay race.
So, Karthik, do you like this program?
I like it. How about you?
Aha! He is already beginning to use sentence stress. English Mentor's Spoken English section also features video recordings of various tricky sounds in the English language. And with a listen, see how, and say it design, it's surely going to help learners get their pronunciation right.
It's obvious that this is a combination sound of s, t, and r. That is, s with the tongue touching the lower teeth, t with the tongue tapping the ridge behind the upper teeth, and the r where the tongue rolls up inside the mouth towards the roof of the mouth but doesn't quite touch it. Strand. Strand.
Strand.
Public speaking is often considered to be a job skill to be developed after college or after getting the first job. Perhaps this is a little too late. Which is why I think English Mentor does the smart thing by devoting a section on enabling school-going children to develop this much-required life skill. Now let's look at the module here.
In today's session, let us understand what we should do with our hands while speaking in front of an audience. You can keep your hands in front or at the back or on your sides. When we have to speak in front of the class, there are a few things we should keep in mind. We should stand straight with hands at the back. We should not bend here and there. Your hands should never be in your pockets. You should never fold your arms in front of the audience.
You know what? with meaningful instruction and a practice session after the module, English Mentor will actually create a new generation of good communicators by the time they leave school. Now, the Fluency Tutor or reading practice section follows what is known as Lexile level. That is, the difficulty level of a given passage.
Jenny was excited about class today. She had just finished a group.
Students read out and record a passage after listening to an expert voice read it out, and then the software assists the teacher in providing them with a detailed report on their performance.
I would call that an excellent tool for reading skills enhancement. Let's now move on and check out what English Mentor has to offer by way of listening comprehension.
Wear your headphones. As the viewer artist tells you a story, you will be able to visualize the scene. Christie was probably the most successful writer in history. She wrote 78 crime novels, 6 other novels, 150 short stories, 4 non-fiction books, and 19 plays.
The ability to listen to and understand English is a must-have skill that needs to be developed early, and not when one goes to college or when one is preparing for TOEFL.
1. Who was Christie? 2. What was her first name?
English Mentor also comes with a workbook. Being almost a self-exploratory program, it acts as a guidebook for learners, telling them what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. And yes, it also contains additional exercises for further practice. English Mentor, I must admit, is a really well thought out program. What are we left with? Games.
2 ostriches, A and B, are ready to race. Click on the correct option to make a meaningful sentence.
What's learning without a little meaningful fun? Grammar can be boring, but Grammar Game helps you master grammar in a fun-filled way. Like it?
Yes, that was fun.
There's one thought I will leave you with. If you're a school that would like to take some pride in the language skills of your students and would like to help them become excellent communicators, Educom's English Mentor is certainly a great program to buy into.